Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard all across the world, wide web. Hello, dolls. Hello, gents. Thank you so much for checking us out. You know the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence, and we're going to do that today. I promise you we will. And so shout out to all those that are listening in right now on the phone lines. Hey, we see you. Those that are checking us out on Charvette.com, from my mobile app, from iTunes. You may be listening from an Alexa device. Hey, now. And those that are checking us out on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. We love you guys and appreciate you joining us every single week. And so go ahead and make sure you're following me. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/Charvette. Just hit the follow button. Twitter, hey, Twitterland, twitter.com/Charvette. And those are really great connection points. And, of course, those of you that are hanging out at Charvette.com, you have all of the helpful links right there waiting for you. So, today's show, I'm really honored and ecstatic to have this young lady that is joining us, who I have met in person. Oftentimes, I don't actually get to meet guests that I actually interview, but I have met this dynamic young lady in person and have seen her on social media, in these social media streets for a while. And so we are so honored to bring to you tonight, today, Tamara Zantell joining us. She is a mother to 5 superstar change makers. She has a very intriguing background that you're going to get to hear all about. But listen, she's an official corporate dropout in her own words, and she really helped skyrocket her daughter, Zandra, to build an empire. She is the founder of Raising A Mogul, LLC, and the CEO of RAM Brand Management, strategic brand management and consulting firm. She's got an amazing conference that's coming up. And so if you are a parent, definitely you're a parent and you have a child that you feel has a spark, has something there, you want to keep it locked. Listen, if you are not a parent, but you're like, you know what? I'm an entrepreneur, I'm aspiring, I've been in the game, and I want to hear how she got this media coverage, how she helped propel her daughter's business and company, then you want to keep it locked right here. And so we are jumping right on in. I am bringing up to the mic right now Tamara. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hey, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we are glad to have you. We're glad to have you. And so I actually want to start kind of back up because you are a licensed mortuary scientist.
This is true.
Am I saying that right?
Absolutely. You are saying it right,
so
mortuary scientist.
What took you down that pathway?
Well, I was attending actually the University of Buffalo, which is interesting because that's where one of my children goes to school now. And I was trying to figure out a way so that I didn't end up in a whole bunch of debt because I was in a pre-med program. And I was like, what can I do? You know, how do I use these like skills that I'm acquiring in a way that I could make money faster? You know, instead of, I didn't want to work in the cafeteria. I didn't want to work in the bookstore. I was like, I need a job that's going to pay me for real. Like, that's just always been, like, I've always been very ambitious. So I found out about a mortuary science program that would allow me to work in the funeral service business and actually make real money because guess what? Nobody else wants to do it. So it paid very well. So I went to, I enrolled in a program in Syracuse, out near Syracuse University, and I went to school for it, graduated. My parents are pastors. The goal was to open a funeral home and make it a family business. And there was some, you know, once the kids came and change happened, there was a shift. But it's always a skill. It's something that I always have. So if I ever need to make money, I can do that. If I ever want to service, you know, the community and, you know, support my community, I could still open a funeral home and support my family as well.
Wow, where most people would be running the other direction, would not want to have anything to do with funerals. You are like, you know what, I can make this work. And then you spent an additional 15 years as the chief operating officer for the largest medical specialty practice in Western New York. And so, what was that transition like, or was it similar when you got into that area?
No, it was actually totally different. And my venture into, I worked with chiropractors, I worked with massage therapists, pain management specialists, orthopedic doctors. It was just a whole new world for me. It wasn't really a part of my plan, but as many of us women do, I shifted because I started having children. When, these things happen in your family, whether it's kids or marriage or divorce or just responsibilities of life, we shift. And I shifted because I needed a job. I was like, okay, my husband at the time had kids. Well, he still has kids, but when I met him, he had kids. And so together we ended up with 8 children. So I was like, okay, I had just graduated from college, and I was like, I'm going to need some more capital. What do I do? So I applied for this position, and 15 years later, I was at the top of the food chain. I was running this multi-million-dollar entity, and then I also started my consulting business, doing what I was doing every day, helping other small medical practitioners that came out of school. They knew how to be a doctor, but they didn't know how to run a business. So I took all the skills I possessed from school, from the funeral service business, which I worked in a small, for a short amount of time, and the skills that I developed over years as, running the medical facilities, and then I turned it into a consulting business. And I was able to support my community in that way as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. OMG. And listen, people are coming in and listening right now. Let's go ahead and shout out how they can follow you on social media.
Absolutely. Hey, guys. You can find me at all places, Tamara Zantell. That's TamarazanTell. And also everywhere at Raising a Mogul. So either Tamara Zantell or Raising a Mogul.
All right, there you have it, which is a great segue to talk about you founding and creating Raising a Mogul, LLC. And so your beautiful daughter, Zandra, I love how you kind of tell the story of how she got into business and how that all ties into you raising a mogul.
Absolutely. So Zandra, little Miss Zandra, she started her business when she was 9 years old. It started from her obsession with lip balm. She went from, trying to, get her father to buy every single day. And one day he was like, look, you really need to figure out how to make your own. Like, this is enough. So she took that information and turned his no into, okay, I got you, and made tons of messes in my kitchen with melted crayons and Vaseline. Once, after a few months of me noticing her obsession with, YouTube videos and cosmetics and lip gloss, she was really serious about it. I ordered a kit for her, really for us. I was like, okay, she's like, let me just do something with this girl. This is what she really wants to do. I ordered a kit offline, lip balm making kit, and I was like, okay, we're going to do it this weekend. It's going to be great. We made the lip balm. She took the lip balm to my father's church. Someone gave her money for the lip balm, and then she came home and was like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. I made money today, and tomorrow I need to make more, and I need to know how to make more, and I need to know what you can do to help me make more. So I was like, okay,
get out of here.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. How old was she at this point?
She was 9. She was
How
still
old
9. She was 9.
Oh, she was 9. Okay.
Yep. She was 9 years old. So
yeah.
I immediately took action. So we started doing research. We started, instead of us buying a kit that had a little bit amount, small amounts of the raw materials, we ended up buying a pound of shea butter, a pound of cocoa butter, and then we just kind of took over the kitchen for 6 to 7 months. And then, it just got ridiculous because it's like, well, how you cook dinner and you have boxes coming in, and it just got out of hand. So we moved out to our sunroom, set up a little workstation in there for her, and then I enrolled her into a local kid biz program. So it was like the only thing I could find in our area for miles. It was called Kids Biz, and it was through the local college. They had, through the Small Business Development Center, they had a small little program for kids. So during the summer, they could come take a class on a Saturday and then sell whatever it is they had to sell on Saturdays at the farmer's market with all the other adult artisans. So you had kids there selling their toys, selling cookies, selling jelly beans, not a lot of kids making things and selling them. So, but she was still, included, and it worked out great. She aged out of that program at 12. Quickly she grew out of it because it was like we were moving fast. So I found myself, struggling, trying to figure out, okay, now what's the next level for her? What do I do next? So I ended up enrolling her into adult programs. And one specifically was at the University of Buffalo. It was an all-adult program. It was called the Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership through the University of Buffalo School of Management. And they thought that we were insane by thinking that she could actually take this year-long college-level adult course and graduate. A year later, she graduated, the youngest ever to this day. She graduated when she was 13. Yeah, she graduated when she was 13. And get this, is the cool thing, is June 6th, she's actually going to do the commencement speech for the 2019 class this year, which I think is just amazing.
And they thought y'all were insane. They didn't believe you. Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah. They were like not ready. But the one thing I can say that has happened over the last, 8-9 years is that people have learned to not underestimate Zandra. That I know for sure,
And if you're listening and you don't know Zandra and you don't know her products, I encourage you to literally go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, and you will quickly and swiftly know the level of where her business is right now, largely at the hands of our guest here, Tamara. And so it's interesting because you had to become this role. You literally were raising a mogul.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I had to, there's a lot of pieces to it because, a lot of the parents out there, those of you that are listening, whether you have one child or 6 kids, or you're a mentor, you're a teacher, a grandparent, you understand the work that goes into parenting a child, mentoring, nurturing a child, mind, body, and soul. It's a lot of work. There's no manual for it. Like we make a lot of mistakes. We do the best we can. But then when you add on another layer where that child has a huge dream or a huge gift, a huge talent, or this huge desire to make a difference in the world and do something amazing, it just catapults the whole experience. And for us sometimes as the support system, it can be intimidating because it's like, what am I going to do with this amazing person? And how do I support them? And one of the challenges that I see a lot of parents have is that they're limited. We are limited by our own understanding. So a lot of us, when we were younger, had dreams. We were gifted in certain things. We had things that we wanted to do that were amazing, but our spirits were broken, or our ideas were squashed, or, we were told no because of somebody else's fear, or because our parents, our grandparents, whoever we were living with in the house, they didn't understand it, so they shut it down. And so my work with parents is to make sure that they keep the flame going and the spark going in their children. They nurture it in a positive way, and they learn how to support it, by me giving them the confidence, the knowledge, and the tools that they need to support that child's huge dream so it can actually turn into something major, so it can turn into something major.
Yeah. Major. And so that is why it's so important and critical that you are at the helm of this upcoming summit, Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit, that is going to be taking place in Atlanta, Georgia, listeners, June 27th through the 30th. Launch, scale, and profit. And, literally, like, that's what you have literally done this. Tamara, there are a lot of people out who are saying they can help you do stuff, but they don't have a track record that they have done it. You have done it. So, like, this is the time, like, we just go name drop right now. Just name some of the major networks and exposure that Zandra's gotten.
Oh, goodness. So she's been on pretty much almost every mainstream media outlet that you can think of, from the Today Show, Nightline, Ben and Pickler, Harry Connick Jr., NPR, USA Today. She was named as Entrepreneur Magazine's one of the youngest millionaires in America. She's just done a lot. Just for her to be 18 years old, she's done more in her 18 years, and just the last 9 years, let's say that, than many adults in their 60s have done. And it's just a blessing. I don't say it, to boast, but I say it because it still shocks me when I say it. Because when my child was 10 years old, I had her make a list of everything that she wanted to do. She said she was clear about wanting to be famous, but I had to have her be clear about what she wanted to be famous for and how she was going to get there. I had to write it down. And everything that she wrote down, everything that she said she wanted, every place she said she wanted to appear, to visit, whatever stage it was, whatever, city it was, country it was, platform it was, she is about 98% has covered just about everything she's written down. And that was because we were hyper-focused on making sure she accomplished those goals. And what that meant was taking huge risk, getting out of my own way, and being clear when I had the fear, or I wanted to to shrink in the background, and because I didn't know enough, I had to invest in the next level for her and connect her to the people that did know, that did have the answers that I didn't have for her. And for parents, that's a lot. It's scary to say, I don't know what to do with this. You know what I mean? Or, it's like, imagine like, I can't change the baby's diaper. I'm not sure what to feed. It's almost like we're saying we're not good enough or we're failing. But no, we can't continue to parent with ego and just assume that we have everything that they need or we know everything they need. I was not going to allow her to be limited by my experiences, So it was my job to position her for greater opportunities than what I could give her on my own, so that we grew through this process together, which is why I'm in a position where I can support other parents through the process. And what I tell them every single day in my community is, I made all the mistakes. I've done this over the last 9 years so that you can move faster, smarter, braver, with more information than I was able to, because nobody was there for me, so I want to be there for you.
Oh, I love it. And so tell listeners the products that are under the Zandra brand, where they can buy them, all that good stuff.
Okay. So you all know the line started with lip balm, but now we've since she's expanded to soap, lotion, deodorant, lip scrubs. She launched, when she turned 18, she launched the Zandra 18 line, which is a full facial care system with a mask, finishing oil, makeup remover. She's working on several other things right now, and you can find her products. She's been in she's in thousands of boutiques across the nation and internationally as well. She has in stores in Nigeria. She's online at Amazon. She's in Target stores. She's in Paper Source stores. There's others I can't remember. Wegmans, Whole Foods, and there's so many more to come. She just landed a few major deals.
This is not a game.
No.
This
not at all. Not at all.
I love it, and I salute you.
Thank you so much. And you know what? And I still get excited when I say it. And I don't think I'll ever not be excited, because even though I'm living it and I'm on this journey with her, every single win, whether it's a little win or humongous win, I'm equally as proud of her for it, because my daughter is a boss. Like, literally at 18, she is in full control of her company. She's a CEO for real. She is pitching for, major funding. She's sitting at the table with major investors. She's having these conversations, with people that don't look like her at all. And she's handling it, without her mother, without her father, or any other support. She's doing it because she knows we're there. We might not be at the table now that she's turning 18. She just turned 18, but we're there, and I feel comfortable with the fact that I prepared her well.
Uh, and so, listeners, you've got to get to Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit in Atlanta, Georgia, June 27th through the 30th. Now, Tamara, tell us, like, what made you say, okay, I've got to put a summit together to help people launch, scale, and profit?
Okay, so the biggest mission for me and motivation behind the Raising a Mogul experience, being the number one parent manager platform on the planet, is the idea of connectivity, collaboration, and there really wasn't a space for us. So, like I said, when Xandra started so young, there was no, like, I couldn't ask anybody any questions because no one understood exactly what I was talking about, you know? And in addition to that, she couldn't ask anyone any questions because there were no other kids functioning at the level she was. So what I wanted to do is I said, if I ever get to the point where someone's willing to listen to me because of what I've done with her or helped her do, I'm gonna develop my own club for parents that are just like me and kids that are just like her. So that's where Raising a Mogul stems from. It stems from my desperation for connectivity and to be in the room with other people like me. So the Raising a Mogul Family Business Summit is the manifestation of that. It is the first time ever that all the parent managers and the young moguls in our community will come together and learn together. The kids will come and connect with each other. They'll, learn how to collaborate with each other. They'll take photos. They'll hug each other. They'll try each other's products. They'll support each other. They'll do videos for each other's products. The parents can actually sit down and connect and look each other in the face and say, how did you do that? What happened here? Oh, well, you were on the Today Show last year. Well, can you share that information and do an email introduction for me? Oh, you were on, Xandra was on, HLN or some other, talk show, QVC. Well, how does my daughter work on that? Those are the conversations that weren't being had, because there was no comfortable, welcoming space for those questions to be asked. And now the Raising a Mogul Summit is here. I'm so excited. And not only will we do a lot. I know, I'm so excited. Can't you tell?
I know.
So not only will we be able to do a lot of that, that whole, like, the family you didn't know you had, reunion type stuff, we're coming together to learn. So although I love to motivate, I want to excite people, I want, the whole family exciting feel, I still want people to understand the process. I want parents to understand the strategy. I want parents to understand what the true level up really looks like and what the level of work to get to where they say they want to be looks like. So that involves training. That involves understanding how your social media works. That involves understanding what your website needs and doesn't need. It involves understanding that it's more than just a logo and pretty colors and your child's cute face. It involves the parents understanding that just because your son is 8 and he, looks handsome in a bow tie, he's not going to be the next millionaire because you need to understand these 5 things first. You understand what I mean? So
that's good.
There's a missing link right now that's happening in our community where, the adults are learning the business. They're going to conferences. They're going to summits and live events so they can learn how to level up their experience, their business, their whatever they're trying to do. But the kids are being left at home, and then we expect the kids to show up at a business fair and sell their products or their services or, because kidpreneur and teenpreneur, it's exciting right now. It's hot right now. However, imagine bringing them all together where the kids can learn how to do business well alongside their parents and their family members so that we can all operate this thing together. And I'm really passionate about family. I'm passionate about the family running the business together because that's what we do. I retired in 2016 so I can work full-time for my 16-year-old daughter. She's my boss.
She's the boss. And that's the distinct thing about your summit. You bring the children. Listeners, you literally bring the children. We're going to take a very, very quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I want to definitely give the listeners all the details around registration and logistics and all that good stuff, but to call out, like, your children come with you to this summit. And so we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to get all the juicy details so you guys know how to register. Don't you move. We'll be right back.
It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Sharvette will be back after this.
Titans go!
When the Teen Titans go to the movies, they know the best way to travel is safely.
Hollywood, here we come! Roger! And you know it's super.
To keep your child safe, be sure to use the right car seat for their age and size.
I
Exactly.
know you're feeling. We're finally on the big screen. Have a seat, my dude.
For more information on finding the right seat, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Gotcha. That's a wise move.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Are you starting a new business, releasing a CD, writing a new book? Consider Mitchell Productions for your web design services. Visit www.mitchell-productions.com for portfolio samples, specials, and package prices. Remember, a website is not a luxury item. It's a necessity. Check out mitchell-productions.com or find them at facebook.com/Mitchell Productions.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette Mitchell.
All right, welcome back again to our segment here live in the studio, broadcasted from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, with Tamara Zantell. I like to say it that way. I feel very rich and rich. Raising a Mogul. You're getting all the deets and all the juicy nuggets about Raising a Mogul Business Summit, Atlanta, Georgia, June 27th through the 30th. How can they register?
Absolutely. Go to raisingamogulsummit.com. All the information is there, registration information, all the speakers information is there, and there's an itinerary and a rundown of what you will experience when you meet us in Atlanta. Raisingamogulsummit.com.
And I love that the flyer says the number one experience for the serious parent manager. So you trying to weed out the person that just have they want the baby to do the lemonade on the corner in the summer and then they done. You weeding that out,
and then
right?
they done. We're not. Nope. That's it. You can join the community, but like if you come into the summit, that means you're coming to work because you have higher expectations.
That's good. And so you have a Facebook community for those that they can join that now, right?
Absolutely. So you can just go to raisingamogul.org or look for us on Facebook, Raising a Mogul Community, and you just click the join button and come on in. We have an amazing community of over 1,600 parent managers that are movers and shakers. I mean, we have parent managers whose kids have been everywhere, all over the globe, and then we also have some in there that are just getting started. You know, we have parent managers that are going to have infants because they want a head start. So we have a wonderful collection of people in there, moms and dads, you know, all a full array diversity. And it's an amazing experience to just be amongst them. I count it a huge honor that they trust me enough to be a part of my tribe. They give huge value, and it's a space where you can also get huge value.
And I just love that they have the opportunity at the summit and also in your community to rub shoulders with people that are trying to do the same thing that they are doing. That is such a missing link. And so, you know, I applaud you for pulling that together. I heard Les Brown say several years ago, I heard him speak at an African-American network type thing, and he said we have a responsibility to show kind of the current generation where they can be. Like they have to be able to look at something to say, I want to be that or I want to do that. And if they don't have those examples, then there's no aspiration. And so I think that you are doing an amazing job of pulling people at different levels. You know, they might not be in Target yet, but still, you know, there's all levels to this. And so shout out to you for all of that. If there's someone saying, I think my child has a gift, you know, are there one or two tips that you could share with a parent to let them know, yeah, you should go in this direction. You need to come to the summit, join my community because your child is on to something?
Absolutely. I think the two things I would say beyond coming to the summit and joining our Facebook community, our free Facebook community, I would say watch your child's movement. Watch what they're interested in. Pay attention to what they're focusing on and create opportunities for them. There are a lot of different things in your community that you can do. You can enroll them in free summer programs, art programs, dance programs, even business programs now, just so they can have an opportunity to try multiple things this summer. And then that way you'll be able to find out, they'll be able to discover what it is that their passion, where their passion lies. And then you have choices, you have options. You know, you can say, well, do you want to be a photographer, or are you sure you want to be a dentist? You know, or whatever it is. Have them spend time in the areas where they say they want to be, because once you buy the camera, or you borrow a camera and let them practice with the camera for the weekend, they might decide they hate taking pictures, you know. So whatever it is that they want to do, it's our responsibility to set them up with that, create the opportunity where they can experiment with that and experience that. And then the conversation continues with, okay, how much time, energy, effort, money are we willing to invest in making this thing a thing?
Making this thing a thing. Got to look at all of the angles. And so certainly you speak yourself. So you're Raising a Mogul. You're the founder of Raising a Mogul, but definitely you have expertise with just small business strategy and all of that. How can people connect with you directly?
Absolutely. So you can find me on Facebook at Tamara Zantell. My business page is at Tamara Zantell. And my personal page, I'm public, so you can see everything I do because I am Raising a Mogul, and I'm very transparent about that. And I also work for Zandra. That's my personal page says I work for Zandra, which is true. That's me. So connect with me. I'm in the community every single day, all day, every day. And I'd be happy to support you in any way I can.
Wonderful. And the last question I have for you, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
The idea that my children are going to change the world. I understand that it's my responsibility to set them up for success by positioning them for every single opportunity that I know that they deserve. And I know that God has instilled in them, and it's exciting to know that the world is a better place because I have 5 children in it.
And they are well equipped to do exactly what you just said. Well equipped. Well, thank you so much. Have an amazing summit, and just continue to keep going up. I know you're on a media tour and all of that, so we're glad to be one of the stops on the tour. But thank you so much for just being a part of this show.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate you, and I am grateful for the opportunity.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you. All right, listeners, guess what? That is a wrap for today. But listen, you want to keep it locked here. We'll be here every Tuesday, and we have other phenomenal guests and shows all lined up. I'll see y'all.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.